In my first couple of years, I was.
Your first and greatest passion is basketball.
Yes. At that time, yes.
Okay. Now we're fast forwarding all these years to today, and you are a very complete businessman.
Sure.
With many different interests. Do you have a favorite amongst your businesses? Do you spend more time in one than the, I mean, you have, in addition to the team, I can go on and on. I mean, the list is pages, but you know, your Jordan shoe brand, I'm told, does $3 billion a year. That ain't hay.
But it was a process with that as well. I mean, and it's dots being connected. You know, it's basketball, something that, you know, when the shoes were at its peak, you know, I played at a high level, and the consumer saw that, and it basically authenticated everything about that shoe. What we've been able to maintain is being able to communicate to the consumer from a basketball, from an ownership standpoint, their preference for that product.
Do you spend a lot of time
I spend
in
a
the
lot.
shoe business?
I spend most of my, if you look at all my portfolio of things that I'm involved in, my strongest passion outside of the ownership of the Hornets is the Jordan brand. Because to me, I can impact that in a much greater sense. To be able to continually talk to that consumer, interact with that consumer. It's not a draft. It's not, you know, it's not where I'm, you know, dependent on how the season ends to determine if I have a draft pick in the first 12 or 13 picks. So if I had to pick of all the, you know, things that I'm involved in, the most important is the Jordan brand because it is my DNA. It is who I am. The Hornets is a product of the personnel that I assemble. And if it doesn't have that DNA, you may not get the same results. So it's a work in progress with the Hornets, with the Jordan brand. It is successful because I can impact it. Or that, you know, how often do you see the symbol of the brand, an icon, that can communicate and say what I think or impact that product?
And it truly is global.
Yes, it's truly global.
So having the Hornets and having the shoe, I understand, I don't know anything about it, but you have car dealerships.
Sure.
What was that about? Was that just an
It was an
investment?
opportunity presented to me early on from a friend of mine in Wilmington, North Carolina. He owned car dealerships. He came to me and says, well, you know, I got this opportunity to get involved in car dealership. Would you have an interest? That was purely from a business sense.
Okay. What about the restaurants?
Same exact thing.
But you've had restaurants for a while, and now apparently recently you've been increasing and opening